Okay, and we are live. And none of the cameras seem to be visible. 1 second. Let me go ahead and sort that out so you can see our beautiful little faces.
That was lovely, Hogs.
There we go.
Wait, was that? Oh shit! I didn't. That was me.
What's up?
Oh,
I burped. I didn't realize I wasn't muted.
Very
I thought I
nice.
was muted.
Hey, it's all bodily functions. It's all good here.
okay. Butter out
well-
than in, right?
Welcome, everybody, to yet another episode of Jokes, Tales, and Critical Fails, our reoccurring D&D podcast and stream here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, now streaming on all platforms. Tonight's game will be Woes of the Wildlands, Episode 2, where we will be rejoining our heroes in the wild continent of Esteraria. Last time, our heroes showed up to the town of Brenfield, a small, quaint farming village on the edge of the Estelosian Empire. There, our heroes joined a party thrown by the local entertainer on his birthday. The town was up in celebrations across the board. As the night dragged on, our heroes spent the evening at a tavern. I get a little bit of echo from a guy over here.
It was probably me. Yeah.
Sorry. As the night carried on, our heroes spent some of the evening at the local tavern, getting to know the locals, and getting to know one another. There. Upon meeting few friendly folk and a few less friendly folk, our newfound friend Cruz asked a few questions and found himself tailing a group of rugged individuals across town. As a number of booms and bangs could be heard on the other side of town, our heroes rushed to see what all the commotion was, to find a strange gnomish individual accompanied by an Aarakocran druid, who spent the evening lighting strange contraptions of sparkling fire, which lit up the night air and also lit the faces of many happy children. As our heroes drank and made merry with the folk of the town of Brenfield, they eventually decided to split ways with some of the party and head to a local farm, where one of our friends, Grovekeeper, caught wind earlier in the day of a number of cattle which were slaughtered the night previous. After heading to Farmer Moore's abode under the veil of night, a few of our heroes investigated the scene of the felled steers to discover signs of a large wolf and a gray hare which seemed to populate the scene. No signs of tracks leading to or from the scene, which seemed peculiar. Our heroes then decided to return to the tavern for the rest of the evening. On their walk back, however, they were confronted by the three individuals that Cruz was tailing earlier in the night. These individuals, quite confrontational and rude as they are, didn't get the chance to start a fight before our friend Hogs over here put two of them to sleep. And then, upon getting a nice conk on the head himself, the third was soon dispatched by Hogs' newfound friend. However, this scene was spotted by locals of the town, and our heroes were quickly surrounded by the local guard and arrested. However, not for these charges of assault, but under suspicion of murder of the local farmer, Willem Moores. After being arrested, our heroes were led through the town in the black of night, accompanied by a average-sized human man, a halfling who shouts orders toward the guard, and quite a number of armed guards themselves, you are led to the jailhouse on the northern side of town, where each of you are stripped of your belongings, where they are locked within a nearby chest, and you are thrown into one of two cells. The neighboring cell, which is quickly filled with the three individuals you assaulted the earlier in the night. Now you are all locked in the cell, and the human man sends the guards out to duty. He sits himself in one of the chairs in the corner and eyes you all suspiciously, before slowly nodding off himself. As the night is upon you, and it is quite late, many of you are quite tired as the day is coming to an end. However, if you would like to do anything this night that you are arrested, you are welcome to. Otherwise, you find the 7 of you, Stick Six, the toy maker, One-Eye Durena, Hogs, Cruz, Grovekeeper, and Guy Friendly, along with their Guy's furry friend Moog, all currently locked in a cell, eyed quite ferociously by the 3 men you assaulted earlier: Grayson Miles, Greg Miles, and Dolden Nolson.
Where's our stuff? Can I see it?
You did see a majority of your stuff is either locked up or piled around the stuff that can't fit in this chest here on the far side of the room.
And this guy's sleeping?
He appears to be. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Gladly. Natural 19. Is that 22?
He definitely appears to be asleep, but what you can make out as you pry your tiny head through the bars on that edge of the cell, you can see he is only pretending to sleep. As you kind of push your head through slightly, you watch as his closest eye kind of twitches, and you can see the faintest whites in his eye. He only seems to be pretending to sleep as he watches you.
Bad.
He is kind of in a relaxed position, leaning back on his chair with his feet up and a hat low on his head. But, yeah.
Hogs is just gonna start tugging on the hood of his cloak as far down as he can, and he just keeps pulling on it as he starts to pace around the cell, just saying over and over to himself, bad.
You're quite the nervous little fellow, aren't you?
Bad.
I want to see if I can find anything on the ground in her cell, just like any kind of rocks or any kind of stuff around the cell that I can kind of put into a pocket.
Make an investigation check.
Gladly.
So we took literally everything that we have on ourselves, right?
Yeah, pretty much all of your belongings. They haven't stripped you of your clothing.
Yeah.
There are. It wasn't a thorough search, more of a pat down. So if there are things you would like to say you would have tried to conceal, I'll allow a sleight of hand check. But
mostly just my holy symbol, personally.
Right. Would they have tried to take my amulet?
Your amulet? No, any sort of jewelry, so your holy symbol would probably be fine. What is your holy symbol?
It's a crudely made necklace made out of stone.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that.
Yeah.
Same with your amulet.
It's homemade.
So, I mean, my druid focus is a sprig of mistletoe. They've taken that from me.
No, they probably wouldn't have taken that. Guy, what are you asking? You're muted. Oh, I have you muted. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh,
what else did I miss from you? Yeah, R.I.P.
Nothing. I've been muted this whole time.
Just so you know,
I was just wondering.
you were muted because we don't like you. Continue.
Yeah,
It was hate.
good. It was I have
delicious.
changed my settings, so I shouldn't have any more echo. But if I do, let me know.
No, it was just. It might have been noise from your room or something. I was just. It was distracting, so I had to mute you.
Yeah. Would I be able to try and slide one of my pistols into my clothes instead of into its holster? I'll just keep one of them.
How did I know that all of us are like, yeah,
You
could we
could
have our
try.
spellcasting?
Go ahead and make a slight
Right.
hand check.
Yeah, I want
try,
my weird stone
Druidic
necklace.
focus
I want
is literally, it says
my
like it's like
mistletoe.
a sprig of mistletoe, and I'm like, yeah, that's not
Guy.
it's not
Yeah.
something people would focus on.
guy in the corner.
I would
Can
like
sneak
to.
in my gun.
That being said, though, I think I would try to slide like my smallest like carving knife into my boot.
Okay, yeah. Also make a sleight of hand check. Then.
Oh, by the way, 12 for the investigation.
Okay.
And dirty 20 for this is a boot slip.
Okay. What did you get, Guy?
22 sleight of hand.
Yeah, both of you managed to do so. Both of you using your boot as a means. They do check your boot, but after they do so, Guy, you kind of palm in the inside of your hand the gun you're carrying. You cover it up with the outside of your hand itself, and as he checks your boots, bending over, he runs his hands on the outside, pushing in against your ankle, and as he moves up your leg and then onto your hands, you drop very smoothly. You drop the gun into the side of your boot after he checks it, and he works his way up your side. You actually, Stick Six, watch Guy do this. Seeing that you are in line right behind him, he kind of does this maneuver inches from your nose, and it inspires you to do the same, following suit. One after another as you guys are checked heading into your cell. Yeah, both of you can have those items. You don't really find anything in the cell except there's a bucket in the corner which smells horrible, and you know what that's for. And a lot of dust and sand in the cell, which you can scrounge up.
The water bucket, right? For our daily hydration.
It contains.
If you want. Alright, well, this just won't do. So I'm gonna go actually up to that bucket, kind of look at where the guard and kind of put my back to it, and then carve a little rune into that bucket and do some magical kajiggering to make it to make it odorless, if I can. A little magical tinkering.
Mic on.
Is this using any sort of feature?
Yes, the artificer's magical tinkering. So I can, yeah.
1 second.
Put a spark in my, yeah.
Can you link the feature in chat for me so I don't have to look it up?
If I knew how to do that, I would gladly do it.
Is it on your character sheet?
Yeah, it's on an app that I used to run. I can just. Can I?
Mic on. Mic feedback off.
To Foundry always for your character sheet.
Right.
Powering on. Mic on. Battery low.
Let's see, actually. Did I put that in? Features. Oh, nope, I forgot to attach that feature. Or do I go into Artificer?
It'd be if it's an artificer feature.
Charging
I would assume
battery.
it'd be a level 1 feature on the class. Yeah, would be my guess.
Yeah, but let's see. I don't think I put that in.
Battery low.
I just so I don't know if there's like any reference book that I can go with.
At level 1, you learn how
Charging
to
battery.
innovate a spark of magic into a modern
you
object.
guys
That you're
weren't able to
talking
hear me
about.
clearly. Yeah.
Yep.
So I read it. One thing you did just say you wanted to bring in a carving knife is what you wanted to sneak in. You need your artisan tools in total to.
Need
do
all of
this.
them.
Yes.
I need to focus.
I will say.
Yeah, because I use my wood carving tools usually.
You must have the thieves' tools or artisan tools in hand. 1 second. Oh, or artisan's tools. You just mean you wanted your carving tools in general, your artisan's tools. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
basically.
I'd allow it. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
no problem. It takes. Sorry. How long does it take? Does it say?
It's just an action,
Just
I believe.
Just an action. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you do. You now have an odorless shit bucket in your cell. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, Cruz, you could ask them whatever questions you had. We're not going anywhere.
I suppose I could. Well, fellas, I'll walk over. Does the guard have like a cup of water or anything nearby?
He has a mug of something nearby.
Could I use shape water to pull the water out of his mug and like splash it onto the cell of like the floor of their cell?
Go ahead and make a spellcasting check for me.
While he's doing that, Crisp, I've got a couple of questions real quick.
Yes.
One, in this time, could I have, would a short rest would have happened and I'd be able to heal up with a hit die or no?
17.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then also, could I scoop up a bunch of sand and put it in my pocket?
Mic off.
Yes.
Perfect. That's all. I will continue.
In that, I'm going to do some as well. Do that as well. Have some pocket sand.
Always useful.
Pocket sand. That was the 17.
Okay. You managed to conjure up a modicum of liquid from within. You can see it's ale, but you still manage to channel the liquid from. As you go to splash it all through the bars, you watch as the guard kind of sits up from his sleeping position and goes to grab his mug as he watches the water kind of splash over toward the cell. It catches like the clothing of this guy, the cloak, on the far end of Grayson Mills or Miles. I'm sorry.
Nice.
But it doesn't do much more than kind of inconvenience him, and he looks toward you with a scowl.
Right. As soon as it splashes him, I'm going to use shape water to freeze it.
Okay. You can see just kind of like bits of icicles kind of like freezing on the outside of his cloak. His scowl like thickens. The guard over at the desk just kind of has a look like, why am I
sorry, mate. I do understand that taking your ale is probably not the nicest thing to do, but it's a worthy cause.
You watch as he stands up and he kind of like goes out. He goes into this door here, on the far. He just kind of like trudges across the room here, going to this far door where he like opens it up and enters.
While he's walking through, can I keep an eye out the entire time that the door is open? I want to be trying to look into that room and see what's in there.
Okay, make a perception check.
I'll help. I'm curious.
Okay.
Sure.
You can either do it separate or together.
Is that together or without?
I'll help you so you can have advantage.
Well, while they're doing this, chat, I would like everybody to know that I appreciate you viewing our D&D session this evening, and if you want to go ahead and toss over a follow onto our Twitch channel, you can get notified whenever we're going live with other D&D games like this, or our other weekly game on Friday, Scorching the Scoured Lands, Scouring the Scorched Continent.
There it is.
There you'll be meeting an entirely different party, and we'll be taking you on an entirely different adventure on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific. Unlike tonight, where we play every Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific. So go ahead and toss a follow if you want to be notified for when we go live. And you know what? If you have Bezos bucks that you just want to throw my way, go ahead and toss me a subscription too. You know, it's not gonna be hated here. So, and don't you hate when Bezos bucks just burn a hole in your wallet? Anyway, what did you roll?
12.
12. What did you roll? Or did you roll with advantage?
I said
rolled
he'd
with
have
advantage.
advantage, yeah.
You can see there's a number of barrels within there. It seems to be a lot of storage. You can see the glimpse of some sort of weaponry within, though. You can't make out what.
As soon as the door is closed, I'm just going to turn to Runt, who's hiding underneath a bench, I'm guessing, and I'm going to go now, go.
Okay, where is Runt going?
I want him to go over to the chest and to try and bring something back towards us. Whatever Runt thinks is useful to us right now.
That's what you told him to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I told him to do, or at least what I'm trying to convey. But I don't speak rat.
Okay.
So.
Runt runs off this way as you kind of like dash him through the bars here. No. He starts running this way up here, and then as he gets to here, he darts into a crack in this room.
No.
What are you trying to do?
I bang my head on the bars a couple of times.
just gonna put a hand on your, like, whole back. Be like, what are you trying to do?
Runt. Get something good. We need to break out. Get out of here.
Easy, little buddy. Easy. I'm not. Drini and I aren't exactly, comfortable in this situation either. But it's wrong place, wrong time.
No,
it's wrong place, wrong time.
It's bad.
Do you know something that we don't?
My friends.
No.
Who?
My friends, be calm. I have a plan to make our way out, but first, we need night to come.
Well, my question is,
I don't.
It's night. Do we want to break out, or do we want to try to plead our innocence tomorrow?
Well,
why are we trying to run?
That's kind of my point. Drini and I could have easily made our way out, but no, it's like, this is the town where we saw the big boom bird. Yeah, we're gonna stay here.
My concerns still lie with this giant wolf. This misunderstanding will get taken care of. But there's more pressing things that I'm worried about.
What are you worried about, big guy?
While they're talking, I'm going to go over
this large wolf that can slaughter an entire farmer's cattle.
As
you you guys saw that.
The door opens again, and out comes the gentleman you saw arrest you earlier in the night. He looks at you all talking and kind of stands there, looking over you.
Hugs immediately, who was in the corner about to start calling to Brent, goes, ah! And he just starts pacing around again.
Guy just looks at this guy and tips his hat.
During this whole conversation, Cruz had Mage Hand going and was basically over running it up and down the three in the other cell, and his Mage Hand is like. Right, yeah, basically, touch, because his mage hand is icy cold,
that is
like
harassment.
him. And he's just, slapping them back and forth, touching their legs.
Well,
these really awkward with it.
These two you can see are trying to, kind of rest over in the chairs over here that you're, and you're annoying them. This guy's just kind of, glaring out the window off to the side here, which, He's just kind of standing at the bars, and every time you kind of irritate him, he just shoots you a glare once more underneath his hood.
Yeah, what is your
guy,
deal?
However, Dalen, the guy who arrested you, comes out of the room and looks over you all talking. Well, you guys know you're going to be in here all night, right? There's no point in running yourself silly. He looks down at the goblin who's running in circles. It's best y'all get some rest, and then we'll sort out any questioning we need to get done tomorrow. I believe Mayor Riverhill wants to have a word with you all, and we'll get things sorted out then. If y'all don't go causing trouble tonight, maybe things will look favorably toward you.
Question: can I get a pillow?
Yeah, y'all wait on right here. And he goes back in, and you watch as he rummages in this room for a brief moment.
With the door open or closed?
It's open.
Yeah, could I make a check in there?
Yeah, you could. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Nine.
You see the same things Hogs did. There's some shine of weaponry within, and you can't really make out what exactly it is.
Okay.
While he's in there, Hogs is gonna scurry underneath the bench and hide underneath the bench in the very corner of the room and try and get as small as possible.
I am sitting there.
I'm underneath it.
You do so. He comes back out with a number of bedrolls and pillows. Not many, but like 3 tucked in underneath each arm, and he tosses some through the bars toward you before walking over to the other side and tossing through the bars to this hooded gentleman.
I'll take one, pass one to Duridia, and then just throw another one into the floor. Whoever grabs, like, first come, first serve.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have enough for all of you. I don't usually have so many folk in my prison cells. But do know I have guards standing by, so don't try anything funny.
So, another question. Who died?
Well, your questions will be answered in the morning.
Do you think we're guilty?
All I know is I ain't seen none of your faces before, and I have a lot of questions.
Probably only Grove hears when he says, "I've never seen any of your faces before." You hear quietly underneath you, just yes.
Nonetheless, I'll have my questions answered in the morning. Get some rest. It'll be a busy day tomorrow. And you watch as he leaves this door here and exits. And entering the building comes generic guard number 1.
Nice. Hell yeah!
Nice.
All right.
I know his name. What's his name? I'm just kidding.
What's the title of this book?
What's his backstory? Was he like a good student in school or a bad student?
I hate you all.
Does he have any crushes?
Adorable kitty cat.
As
from out of town.
As the head sheriff dude walks out, guy's just kind of gonna cross his legs and tip his hat down and try to get a little bit of rest. When we got arrested, you guys would have seen Guy tell Patty to go on git. So Patty's just chilling in the wilderness somewhere, probably close by, keeping an eye on when I come out of this building. But
you have a horse? Man.
Patty's the dog.
Patty's the dog.
You have a dog?
You turn in for the night then? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, Grovekeeper just leans up against the wall to sleep. Big muscle fur, and he's his own pillow.
Moog kind of curls up in a ball on the ground. The big wolf kind of like stretches out almost dog-like and curls up at not at the feet of Guy, so to say, but nearby.
Does he do a couple of spins before
he very much does, yes.
It
starts off
wolfkin.
as like a very nonchalant like walk, where he's like upright, just like, and a couple of you like look over at him like, why is he walking in a small circle? But then when he gets down on like all fours and starts like stretching his back out, like you guys all see like the resemblance of what he's doing.
It's okay. Hogs did the exact same thing underneath the bench. Just no one saw it.
I'm genuinely like waiting just to wake up with like someone laying on me.
You wake up, Moog is just like on his back, kicking his leg in the air. Oh, he's dreaming he's running.
The dreadful legs start moving. Oh, don't get up! Don't get up!
Anybody else turning in, or what are you all doing?
I'm turning in. Yeah.
Does Runt ever come back?
Runt, you do see Runt like scurry out of the room after a while, and he does scurry back to you as he tends to do, but he has like a happy crumb-filled whiskered smile on his face.
What do you got? What do you got? Come here. What do you got?
He shows you pieces of cracker, which he has yet to finish. He takes the cracker back and then scurries underneath the bench.
No.
You don't really train your pets, do you, little guy?
Yes.
Yes?
It was
And he just-
I believe.
Yeah.
Correct?
Oh,
Yes. And he just turns back towards the wall again and
well,
huddles as close as he can.
well, bless you, I think. So, and I turned to Guy. Wrong place, wrong time, eh?
Guy just kind of lifts his hat back up and looks up at Stixis. Yes, it was quite unfortunate that we were found with our pants down, so to speak. But I've been around the area and have helped various lawmen in the past. Hopefully, they'll be able to trust us in the morning.
Yeah.
If not, there are always contingencies.
Oh, of course. And if nothing else, at least we get to sleep indoors.
Before you even start to respond, right when he's done talking, Guy just kind of tips his hat back down and looks like he's still sleeping. He might still be listening to you, you don't know.
And you're like, we get to sleep indoors. You'll just hear from Grove Peeper like just like an exhale, like a whatever.
We're a party of assholes and weirdos.
And I thought I didn't get along with people.
I think it's time for bed. We can talk in the morning.
Alright, I suppose. Then I'll just...
Oh, no.
are you gonna be like that all night, or do you need like a nightlight or something, little guy?
From underneath the bench, just a kind of creepy, just slow head turn as you just see two bright, glowing goblin eyes, way brighter than yours, and he just turns to you and he just says,
There is always the light of the moon.
and then he just snaps back to the wall.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I'm just gonna go over here now.
Moog, one eye opens up from Moog, and he kind of like sits up. Recommend tomorrow we don't let that one do much of the question answering. Now, if y'all could go to sleep.
Y'all could shut the fuck up.
Yep.
And he rests his head down.
Timora, help us all, and I'll turn in as well.
So you keep referencing these gods, who aren't in my pantheon of gods.
Oh, is he not?
We
Whoops.
got
He's
them
got
from like
custom
the
Pantheon.
5e website, right? Or just like the regular.
Yeah,
D&D
I got
setting?
it from the
I have
PHB.
Yeah, I have a
I bet.
custom setting of
Talk about yeah. I'll talk to you about that
gods
later.
and deities. So I'm
Yep.
just saying, like, you keep referencing gods that totally aren't gods. Just
Yeah,
My
that
bad.
guy's just the butcher, actually.
Yeah.
He just had a bad translated book. That's all.
There you go.
local wood spirits, you know, but
Yeah.
they're not generally recognized. Is all I'm saying.
Got it.
Guy will look up when mention of these false gods and just say, "You purchased a book for Martha and Valamir, didn't you?" She's always pulling one over on the travelers. You fell victim to her ruse.
To be honest, there's always different names represented for different deities due to different cultures, you know, coming into a different, representation of that god. So it's more likely, you know, the town you came from just recognized a god under a different name. So,
yeah.
We'll work that out after the session, but
Yeah,
you each turn in for the night, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. To move things along,
Hugs is quietly mumbling to himself in the corner. And eventually just does it to sleep.
how long, Cruz, do you keep on irritating the people next to you?
You're muted.
I can't hear you muted.
I can't. You see,
It
you're
looks like
lighting
you're
up,
kicking
but
on, but might be a glitch. You might just want to leave and rejoin or something.
Is that?
That was
Oh, no,
there we
there
go.
you
Now
go.
you're back. That was
Oh.
weird. Yeah, you were showing green, but
I think Kraken accidentally bumped my mute button on my headset. So yeah, it makes sense why it wasn't.
Yep.
So Cruz is going to stay up, and he's going to motion to. Was that Grayson? Was that the leader of the three?
Dolden was the one that
Dolden.
really took a beating.
Yeah.
That was Dolden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to motion to Dolden and say, all right, I just got a couple quick questions, and I'll leave you be. Otherwise, I can keep pestering you all night long. You decide. I got mage hands for hours. I don't mind not resting.
He kind of like looks over at you with a glare underneath his hood, but then turns back away, ignoring you.
Immediately, there's a cold mage hand going up his thigh.
He jumps for a brief moment, but you watch as he kind of like side-eye glares at you, and then just lets you feel him up.
All right.
Lets your mage feel him up.
I do that literally all night long. Cruz will
Okay.
take a point of exhaustion if that's what
Cruz gives him a handy at some point.
Yeah,
It's
he
really
keeps.
uncomfortable. Really
He's gonna
awkward.
keep the three of them up all night long.
Make an intimidation check for me, or I'll say intimidation or persuasion because I don't know which category this fits under.
just exhaust them.
Right. I'm gonna go with persuasion. This is a little bit better. That would be a 14.
Okay.
make a crossing boundaries check.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody turns in except for Cruz as he kind of sits like half turned toward the bars next to you, just with his hand extended, just waggling his fingers excitedly as you just hear rustling from the cell next door. It's mostly quiet throughout the night. Many of you do get a peaceful slumber. However, halfway through the night, like well into the evening, you can start to hear like the morning birds begin to wake up and tweet their merriment into the air before you hear from the other cell. God's damn it! What do you want?
It took all night, but he broke him.
Right. All right. Nope. That's what I wanted. All right. Thank you, mate. All right. Hey, quit. Just couple quick questions. You could have think about it this way. You could have spared all this time and just answered him from the start. All right. So about a year ago, there's a fire down at the Wilkins farm.
There were a lot of fires a year ago.
Right. Well, I'm looking for one of the slaves that was over at the Wilkins farm. Girl like me. I know that your boss did a lot of business with the Wilkins. Mr. Astor.
No, can't say. I'm not Mr. Wilkins.
Right, but you work with Astor. And
Yeah.
did Astor inherit any of Mr. Wilkins' property upon that burning down?
No. No property. That man doesn't have any property left to inherit.
Well, I mean, I'm talking like not just land, you see, but land and personnel.
Nah, he has nothing left. Lost it all a year ago. There's nothing passed down, nothing. Is that all you wanted?
Right, well, did you never seen a girl kind of looks type of person like me? Doesn't look like me, obviously. She's much prettier, but type kind of like I am.
Not that I've ever seen. Chief, you're one in a kind.
All right. See, imagine how much extra rest you could have got if you just heard out my questions from the start. Can I do an insight check on him to see if he's telling the truth?
Go ahead. Insight. Insight away, Chief.
Is this being said at any point that the rest of us are awake, or are we all sleeping?
It is well into the night, so yeah, all of you are pretty much asleep.
Got it.
Nah, I believe him. That's it.
I didn't know if it was late enough to where we'd woken up at that point.
Nah. Unless any of you are elves, I would say.
No.
Joke's on you. I'm just kidding.
All right. Yep, that was all I wanted.
Oh, what was the insight?
Oh, 8. I believe him.
Yeah, you pretty much. He seems pretty on the level.
Yeah.
He seems irritated. That could be the wet slapping noises.
He's
Probably,
irritated,
yeah.
but he just got a handy.
Right. He had a frozen handy all night long.
Should have that post-nut clarity.
Jeez.
Right.
Post-nut clarity and a cold shower, all in one.
All in one.
Oh my god.
And then Cruz will go, all right, well, get some good rest. And Cruz is just going to walk over to the bench.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And you see suddenly Cruz just disappear as the necklace clatters to the bench.
I mean, we're asleep. We didn't see anything.
Yeah,
oh, right,
true.
yeah.
Unless it wakes us up.
Nope, it would
It's
just
gonna
be a
be
light.
Pretty shocking in the morning.
Guy, I think, is perceptive enough potentially to wake up from the clattering. Well, it depends how loud would that be, Crispy?
Make a perception
Maybe not
check.
over. Yeah, I'll do it at disadvantage since I'm sleeping,
Yes, please.
and then I also because like there's sleeping sounds happening, like everybody's asleep. I'm sure we got a couple snorers. Yeah, no, I don't hear anything. I got like a 5.
Fox doesn't snore, but he has night terrors and screams horror.
That
Every
tracks.
so often, right under Grovekeeper, the bench just gets like hit with like a headbutt.
No.
Okay. You vanish within the ruby.
Yes.
Within, your vision swirls, kind of turning into a mass of warped images, which kind of right themselves when you find yourself in a hexagonal kind of receded couch, which is very comfy and very fluffy. Pillows line every side of the couch, as it is indented in the floor. There seems to be like a like wooden and embroidered cushioned back, which kind of climbs out into a room around, and you can kind of see as it then descends down into this hexagonal shaped room with glass panes of ever burning fire on the outside of these like almost gem cut windows which line every side of the room you sit in. You can see a balcony which reaches out behind you, a sort of tiered columned archway which reaches out into a beautiful desert landscape which stretches as far as the eye can see, overlooking a balcony which seems to sit in a realm outside in its own, just outside of a doorway where you can see a red-skinned large horned individual turn about from the balcony and walk toward you.
Oi there, Earthy. How's the weather out there today?
Hot, just the way I like it. And why do you come to me this evening?
Oh no, I'm just here to rest a little bit.
Well, so long as you don't raise any alarms just outside. When
Oh, it's no bother. I can see what's going on. I'll just pop out whenever God pops up to check on us.
Well, should be interesting when they realize one of their prisoners are not to be seen. I always like excitement, after all. Well, of course, have a seat. Relax.
Just jump back onto one of the couches with a plump and kick my feet up, hands behind the head, and just shut my eyes for the remainder of the night.
You watch as he does. The large Efreet turns back toward his balcony and walks outside. As he walks toward the edge of the balcony, you watch as he extends his hands upward, and a number of crystalline shards start appearing from above and below the balcony and kind of hover in front of him, coalescing into like a spiral in front of him as he gazes into the reflective visions. He, as he often does, kind of stands there gazing into his means of vision, a little alien to your knowledge. But you rest for the evening, and each of you begin to awaken to the noise of clatter within the jail cell here. As each of you are awoken by the sound of metal on metal, you can hear the sound of a spear being ran along the iron bars of your cell, one after another, just the rattling of metal on metal, as somebody attempts to wake you all up. And you are awoken pretty suddenly. You do hear it within your chamber as well, Cruz. However, all of you awaken to see one less prisoner within your cell currently.
As soon as I hear the sound, though, I'm going to pop out.
Okay. And you do watch, as each of you are awoken, a small ruby pendant upon the bench where Cruz once sat. From within, almost comically, pops a blue-skinned ice ganassi, with the ruby pendant now prominently sitting upon his chest, atop your clothes, of course. The guards, now with two more kind of tailing him, and the sheriff who you recognized from the deputy who you recognized from the day previously, the halfling gentleman now stand within the jailhouse, just on the other side of the bar here. One of them slams his spear against the bars once more and then jumps back when he sees Cruz appear once more. What? Where were you just now?
Oh, it was. I didn't never left the cell like you asked. I stayed right here in the cell.
With a confused look at it, he turns back and looks down toward the halfling, which stands behind him. Ah, don't worry about him. I'll take it from here. The halfling kind of steps forward and the guard backs aside. So, magic, huh? You're a bunch of, spell wielders, then?
As everybody wakes up, Guy just kind of gets up, and when he sees the halfling approach us and start talking, he'll just casually walk across the cell and greet him. Buenos dias, sir. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Guy. Guy Friendly. And, you ask if we are magic wielders. Well, it seems like some of us are. I definitely am not. But, I must say, 24 hours ago, none of us knew each other. Except for, a couple here or there. My friend Grovekeeper and Moog all came here together, but the rest of these people I do not know yet. Although a night in jail does, do wonders to bring people together.
Right. Well, that's great and all, and your story may be true. I am getting some reports from around town that, maybe, just maybe, what you say happens to be the truth. However, things aren't adding up right. You all, wait right here. Don't go vanishing off into magical pendants while I'm gone. I have a few questions from the mayor that want to be asked. I believe Dalen has some things he'd like to say, and we'll get down to the bottom of this. For now, stay put. And he walks off to the side here with a couple of the guards tailing him.
Yeah, as he says, stay put, Guy will just say, message received, sir. If I may, I don't believe I caught your name.
My name's Nathan. Nathan Barragate. I'm the deputy around here. Well, just 1 second. And he kind of he goes to the cell next to you. You watch as he sticks a key in the cell, opens up the door, and the two guards step aside as these three do start to head out. You're free to go. Stay out of trouble now. Your bail's been paid.
Comes to just shout out to him as they leave. All right, y'all get some good rest now.
He spits on the floor as he leaves.
I'm pretty sure you made an enemy for life in him.
What was that name one more time? I got Nathan.
Nathan Barragate.
Barragate, thank you.
And then he walks out with the two guards tailing him. A few minutes pass before you see a familiar face pop in once more. The sheriff walks in. Well, good morning, folk. Assume you slept all right.
Thanks for the bedroll. Or the pillow.
Oh, yeah, it's the least I can do. Following him, not moments after, you do see those two guards now return, tailed by a very elderly halfling gentleman, who kind of stumbles in aloft with his cane. White tufts of beard kind of jut out from either side of his cheeks, and just a long balding tuft of white hair kind of sits scraggly at the back of his head, as his face and thick eyebrows kind of sit in this perpetual look of either of a mix between confusion and anger as he kind of stumbles in behind these guards. Following behind him, you see Nathan once more as they all enter. Well, now these rapscallions which we found suspects of William's murder. Yeah, these are the folks we found wrestling with the Miles brothers and Dolden the other night. They were seen around. They were seen around Moore's house the night of the party. Sniffing around the cows, from what all our reports say. Right. Well. And so these are the ones we have as lead suspects in the crime. And they both walk up to the edge of the bar, accompanied now with Dalen as he kind of walks alongside. Well, not exactly. We don't exactly know who the culprit might be, but we do know these folk have some questions to answer. Now, first one being, who are you lot? I believe I recognize, and he kind of peers over each of you.
The whole time, ever since we've been woken up, Hugs has been curled up as small as possible underneath the bench, and he has also moved the bucket to be in between him and the general, rest of the jail cell. And he is just curled up as much as he can, facing away towards the wall. Yes, I am 100% trying to hide throughout the entire to get this.
Okay.
Cruz will sit in front of you and try to block the view with your... Cruz will sit on the bench over you and try to block the view of you with his legs.
Okay. He looks over the crowd and goes, I don't seem to recognize one of you, so where are y'all from? Start with you. And he motions to Guy.
Well, you see, my name... I'm known as Guy Friendly. I've traveled here out of Valamir with my friends Moog, and he motions over to Moog, and Grovekeeper here. We came into town partially for the party, and I've been looking for supplies as well. We happened to be walking around last night and stumbled upon the carcasses of multiple cows, and after a short scuffle with the people you had in the cell next to us, we were arrested here.
Right. Well,
the rest of these people, I don't know. Seem nice enough.
Right. Well, that's rather convenient that you just moseyed on into town the night before this cattle, or the night after these cattle were slain. And then you're seen sniffing around them very peculiarly the night after. Often hear that criminals return to the scene of a crime, and didn't think you'd be so obvious with it, though.
Well, Guy gives him tell you why we went to look into that. I'm from the town Glengrove, not too far, and if there it seems to be an animal attack, and if there is an animal large enough to take out an entire farmer's cattle, that's bad news for every town in the area.
Retcon every time I said Valamir and place it with Glengrove, please. Thank you.
I would happily do that.
I didn't want to call it out right away.
Thank you.
But...
So Valamir is also pretty local. It is the city nearest you guys. So it's not too weird.
It's like a large city, though, right?
Yeah, it's a large city that's near you all.
I didn't know if you were just trying to say a different area.
Nope.
It is the nearest city, so I see what you were doing there, but you're forgiven.
And Guy will, with a puzzled look, add on to what Grovekeeper said and say, and as far as arriving in town the other night, well, as I said, we were coming for the party, which is a pretty well-known event in this area. I mean, it's basically what Brentfield is known for, is it not?
Well, it is one thing we have going for us, but not enough to make this big of a ruckus, says the old man, who you know has been referenced as Mayor Riverhill.
Okay.
Dalen speaks up again. Well, no, I suppose it's not unheard of to mosey on into town at the time of the party. It's not unheard of. And if y'all are locals, it makes y'all a bit more trustworthy. But I've taken a look at these here steer which have been felled, and they look a lot like your friend over here. And he stares down, or they look like they've been taken down by somebody like your friend over here. And he stares down Moog now, just past you two. Moog speaks up. Well, I can't say it's the first time I've been judged so harshly based on my appearance, but I can assure you I'm also a local from around here. I traveled here with Guy and Grovekeeper just into town last night. I know it's bad timing, but we came for the party, you understand. Dalen nods.
And I'm sure we could even get word, if we needed to, could probably get reference for when we left Glen Grove, see when the timelines overlap, if needed.
Well, that could be helpful.
Well, and I can vouch that me and these two little ones over here, we came in on that little caravan that came in yesterday as well.
The two little ones? Do you mean to lie?
Oh, right. No, we got the goblin and the really big one. Right.
Goliath.
Yeah.
So we'll say a point
Goliath.
to these two, because they are standing next to each other.
Yeah, I say the little ones, but I mean it intentionally as little for the goblin, but as ironically for the Goliath.
Yeah.
Got
Good
it.
save. Good save.
Well, a very convenient cover, nonetheless. That doesn't answer for the murder that's happened this most recent night. Sounds like you've all been in town and mucking around town, causing problems nonetheless.
So, question about this murder.
I have the questions right now. You, little one, what's your name and where are you from?
Right. Well, I am Stick the toy maker, and this bag of rocks right here, that I'm just like sitting on the Durinia's sleeping body. This one right here is One-Eyed Durinia. We're from quite far away. I grew up in Freeport, down here, and we were on a bit of a vision quest. This one's vision quest. I thought it sounded fantastic, so we came to Brentfield and stayed because found what we were looking for in your whole boom tube extravaganza. Really fun time shooting off those things. I was hoping to talk a little bit more to Almer about them, but as we were heading back to town, your guys here seem to have thought of us, lumped us in with everyone else here. But I swear, we may be from out of town and don't really have two straws worth to say around here, but we were with Almer pretty much the whole night.
Well, what in the bloody hell is a vision quest anyway? Says the old man, as Dalen kind of turns to him. Well, that's a good question. What in the hell is a vision quest anyway?
Oh, well, you see, this one here, and she could probably tell you better, but for lack of consciousness, I'll tell you, keeps on getting this dream of a great bird of fire around here. Yeah, soaring through the sky, traveling all over Estalosia. So we've been, I guess, chasing that. I've been looking for inspiration for my toys, and giant fire, flaming bird. Yeah, that sounds like all sorts of fun. So I wanted to see it for myself.
They both kind of, like, as you're talking, they both kind of just give each other a look, and like a big eyebrow goes high, like between the three of them. They just kind of look back.
I just give them back the cheekiest grin.
Okay then, little one, sure. Whatever you say. We'll have to look in with Alamar on this, but that's at least something we can work with. What about you, other little guy? Where are you from?
Are there
in
reference to me?
You. Hello. Pointing to you.
To Hogs?
Mm-hmm.
He's pointed and he's facing the other direction, so he doesn't know they're pointing. But just very slowly, he's just gonna peek his head around.
Cruz will give you a little kick.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Right before I turn, I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy on myself to try and edit my voice. I don't know if they notice it or not, but while I'm still huddled. And so I am Hogs. As I turn, and I keep my head down entirely, but I just kind of like turn around and I pull up into like a fetal position, like knees to my chest, just like right next to Cruz's legs. I am from the woods nearby. I've lived there my whole life. I used to live in a goblin tribe, but they banished me.
Make a deception check.
I'm great at these. 4.
Oh my fucking god.
They rolled a 2.
No, they rolled a 4.
That's up to you who the tie goes to. I don't.
But they rolled a 4 prior to modifiers, and their eyes narrow in your direction as you say that.
Well, I rolled a 6 prior to modifiers, so I beat that, loser. I'm just gonna while they are still narrowing, I'm gonna keep talking through it. I've lived around these parts a couple times for a while. You guys could ask. The shopkeep's name is Milo, right? This is something like that, right? Am I remembering that correctly from a week ago?
Come here, little one.
Or Mort. You could ask Mort. He's. I've bought bolts from him yesterday.
Come to the boss, little one. Step
I don't know any of these guys.
Now.
He's just gonna like slowly inch closer.
Cruz will spread his legs out so he can get through.
As he gets up and he just slowly creeps over. He's still got like his terrible posture. He crawls all the way up to the bars and he puts his 2 pale hands each on one bar and his head right in between the 2 of them.
They kind of like look at each other and back and forth at one another before turning back toward you. Well, are you the hog herder boy?
No.
Who's
hog herder?
This is the hog herder boy, is it not?
I'm not hog herder.
You watch as Creed Riverhill, the mayor, kind of like leans in close to the bars, like really close to your faces. He's also a halfling. It's like
I'm just
almost
turning,
like
I'm cowering as much as I possibly can.
You watch as he like squints his eyes, and you can see his eyes are really like fogged over, and this man is really old.
Crispy.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, at the very corner of my hide armor, which I'm currently wearing, there's 100% a Hog Herder brand on it.
he winces really close to you, and his eyes are like incredibly fogged over and white. And as Creed Riverhill, this old man, like,
and then he goes,
winces. He goes, no, I think this man is way too pale to be the Hog Herder boy. That boy always was working out in the sun. It's kind of a little wrong of you to just assume all goblins look alike. And Dalen just kind of like, well, sir, I just thought that this man, I know, but it's a little rather presumptive to just go, oh, hey, there's another goblin in town wandering through town. Oh, it must be the missing hog herder boy who we haven't seen in like a year. That's just a little presumptive of you. Dalen then goes, look, well, that's not entirely what I was just, let's drop it. Anyway, what I was
Keeper lets out a chuckle at that.
What I was saying was, wherever y'all are from, we're gonna have to back up what you're saying. But I'm sure what you watch as he kind of like wipes the sweat on his brow. What I was trying to say was, there's been another murder, which y'all are looking rather suspicious toward at the moment, and so. For the moment, we have you locked in here while we get some answers.
By now, thaumaturgy has worn off, and so Hogs just pulls out from inside of his armor. He just goes, I've got no one else you can check with, but Rat knows who I am! Runt, ask him. And he just holds up the rat in his hand.
Well...
But he does it on accident. He puts it ass first on accident.
Right. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm beginning to think none of you are seasoned killers, but for the time being, it's best. At this time, you guys see the door swing open once more behind you, and strolling in quite confidently, you see another diminutive figure with a tricorn hat on and a large white beard which sits on his is kind of a quaint, tiny, like button, gnomish features. As you do see Almer burst in with quite a bit of flair. He bursts in loudly, shouting to basically the entire room. Well, I heard they done taken my new friends down into custody for questioning, and I have to go set the record straight. Now, where's that little guy? Sticks? What's his name?
Yep. Elmer. Hey.
Following in soon after him is Diavora, the Aarakocra individual you had seen the previous night.
As soon as the attention is diverted from Hogs, he immediately scurries back to behind someone who's bigger than him.
Okay. Ever since Creed, the mayor, kind of insisted that Dalen might be a little bit bigoted in his assumption there. Dalen has like not made eye contact with you and is shyly avoiding
very
looking
convenient
in your direction.
because I have yet to make eye contact with anyone in the room.
You can Goblin racist. Pasta's notes he just put in the Discord are Dalen Hardwin, sheriff in town. Goblin racist.
Hey, not just
Only
goblins.
2
You
notes.
should include Tabaxi on that too.
Yeah.
Well, or the wolf.
He's giving Moog shit.
He's
Or wolf.
You're right.
Wolf.
He's a
You're
wolf.
right. I'm just gonna. I fixed it.
Just
He is
racist.
a wolfkin.
Just general racist.
Yeah.
That's what I just did.
Pretty much. Very much profiling. Very much.
Part of the job, he says. Part of the job.
It would be very convenient if it was Moog over there that killed everyone, but it wasn't. So
I don't know. That goblin looks like a goblin.
Goblin looks sus.
Elmer kind of
That's a
struts in
goblin
confidently and pushes his way to right in next to the mayor, which kind of pushes Nathan aside, who looks upset in quite a huff, and he forces his way to the bars. Well, have they been treating you nice in here, or am I gonna have to get rough with old Rivet Hill over here? And River, you can see the mayor just kind of gives him like a dirty glare, and then back to you.
It was nice. They gave us pillows, so can't complain. Got to sleep indoors for once.
Did got a pillow when I came through these cells. I swear, if only I had a sheriff that was as nice as you, Dalen. Now, I believe I had to attest for these fine folk here. Well, I can tell the big one and the small one. No, not that small one. The other small one. They were with me pretty much.
One, the other big one.
Yep.
They were pretty much with me the entire time. Last night. They were not out of my sight. I watched them as they watched my magnificent boom tubes blow off in the night sky. They could not have killed Mr. Moores. Not a chance. Yeah.
So that's the man's name.
Well, yeah. Oh, have you not told them the situation? Get out of
No.
Get out of here! And you watch as kind of Almore kind of pushes around Creed and walks over to Nathan, snatches the keys out of or off Nathan's belt. He walks over to the gate. Come on, get on out of here! You watch as Almore does all this. Nathan sorry, not Nathan. I keep calling Nathan or Dalen Nathan. He takes the keys off of Dalen's belt and walks on over to the gate and starts fussing with the keys in hand. You can see as he does all this, almost nobody protests to Almer's going on as he begins to fiddle with the keys. Dalen begins to turn toward him and starts to talk. Well, don't get ahead of yourself, Almer. We were going to check with you to make sure we cleared these two fellas before you let them out. And you can see as Almer's already got the key in the thing and is turning it to open the gate and swing open the cell. Right, well, okay, you two, come on out. You watch as he motions to Stick Six and Durenia.
I'm just going to start trying to walk out.
Let's go.
If you leave Grovekeeper's side, he's going to grab you by the nape of your neck.
Doesn't resist at all.
Wrong gabo, buddy.
You all.
Thank you, Almer. Thank you.
You all are not so cleared of a name just yet. With the assault we caught you all in the middle of the previous night, we're a little hesitant
First off,
to let
they
you.
attacked first. Just to make this clear, they attacked us first.
Yes, just because we are
a tough time believing that, but you can understand my hesitance. You all will walk arm in arm, hand in hand. No, you don't have to hold one another's hands. We got chains for that. And you watch as Dalen goes over to that spare storeroom once more, and you watch as he pulls out a line of chains. Now, toss these on you. He walks into the cell and starts clamping chains onto your wrist and ankles. Should anybody detest at all?
Both wrists and ankles?
No, but, I mean, begrudgingly I'll do it if I'm not happy.
No, it is just one. It seems like the ankle is a ball chain, and the wrist is just one link to another person.
Is it like a normal ball, or do they have a larger one for me?
It's normal.
Do they have a smaller one for me?
No, it's also normal.
Because, I mean, probably not going to be too much of a hindrance.
More of a suggestion.
As is it Dalen or Nathan that's doing this?
Dalen
it's like
is doing
Dalen,
this.
right? Okay.
Nathan is
as
still outside the
Dalen,
bars.
yeah, as Dalen's coming in to start chaining us up, guy's just gonna say, well, let me make a proposition to you. At least for me and my associates, it will take a few days for word to get back to Glengrove or get to Glengrove and back to clear our names. And in that amount of time, the real perpetrator may get away. So what I propose is you let us go and try and clear our name our own way. Let us find the killer and bring them to justice. And since you trust these two here, the one-eyed girl and the small toy maker, you can give them authority over us, so to speak.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Hell yeah!
Could I give him assistance by just chiming up in the back and going, right, the more time you jack around with us, the less time you got to capture the real fellas that done it.
Do you have persuasion trained?
I do.
Then yes.
Good, because I don't. But I have good charisma, so. Alright. That's going to be a 16.
Nice.
16. Okay.
Yeah. The one I was going to roll before advantage was a 2, just so we know.
You both chime
Nice.
in, and Dalen speaks curtly. I don't trust the one-eyed one and Stick-Six. I don't trust them one bit. But I trust Almer. Ah, yes! And would you trust if I vouch for them myself? I did meet them when they came out. They do seem like honest folk. Admittedly, they left early. Suspicious. But I have a good feeling about them. Diavora will vouch for me. You watch as Diavora nods his head slowly. It is true. They're unique, to say the least. Well, I'll vouch for them if you want to let them walk free. Dalen kind of looks at Creed and then longer at Nathan. Looks back at you. And he unlocks the chain around your wrist, which he just kind of clamped on, and drops the ball, which he was going to fasten around your ankle. He walks now to He walks now to Hogs and does the same to the wrist chain he already applied onto him. As he leans down, you can hear him go, Hogs. I swear I recognize you from somewhere.
The whole time I'm just looking as contorted and turned away from him as I possibly can be.
No,
he stands back up. Well, we'll take you all to the crime scene. I'll show you with what I wanted to show you previously. And if Almer here would like to vouch for you, Diavora as well, and keep an eye on them, maybe I can allow that. But for now, stay close. Don't go wandering. If I have to come chasing after you, you're all going back in the cell. All of you. And he looks toward Stick-Six and Durhenia.
Where can I get my stuff to?
We'll cool it on the stuff for now. But you two, he points to two guards, bring that chest along. And you watch as two guards kind of shuffle off to the far side of the room, pick up this chest here, and follow suit. It's not just a chest. You can see the staff of Grovekeeper kind of is leaned next to it, as well as Durenia, and a number of other large objects you guys carry.
Shield probably doesn't fit.
My wooden shield is over there as well.
It's a whole ass wooden shield.
His bigger shield doesn't fit. It's a big chest, but your stuff is brought along.
Mm-hmm.
As you are led outside of the jailhouse. From here, you are led through the town. One second. This should move you all over here, I believe.
I'm moving somewhere.
I'm moving to Brentfield.
Perfect.
I clicked on it right before you moved us all.
Correct. Well, I'm proud
Prove
of
it.
you.
I can't.
Exactly.
I'm here though.
He leads you through the town, across this street here, outside of the jailhouse, which you can see is point number gold 2. up there in Brenfield. For those in the stream, you can see it up there with a gold 2. They lead you out the door to the jailhouse and down the road along some streets lined with cornfields. You walk along the fences of farmland, just down the road, deeper into the heart of town. There, you walk to the end of the road where where the road kind of splits off, leading up to the heart of the town, where a majority of the town's shops are located. Mort's General Store is located at the end here, and this general area is used for fruit stands and farm displays, as a general market is usually arranged there. Here, sectioned off and currently watched by guards out back of this estate, they're currently, or this tall 2-story building, there's currently a body laid bloodied on the ground at the foot of a cobbled patio area. This section of town has a little bit more cobbled road and infrastructured land, and the area just around the building seems to be cobbled and leveled for ease of travel. And just at the edge of the cobbled stone where it starts to meet the grass, which leads into a reservoir which cascades down like the edge of a dirt hill. You can see a body in a pool of blood where the human individual lays face down. Long gray hair matted around the neck, kind of dirty from bits of blood mixed in with the gray hair. You can see a simple kind of like tan white farmer clothing is now kind of stained red with blood. And the body itself, the clothing all across the body seems torn and strewn various places across the back alleyway here. There are already a number of guards stationed, 3, and as you guys all join up, there is a bit of a crowd at in the market area that kind of like veers around the side of the building to get a view of the mayor, the sheriff, and the crowd of individuals who have gathered around this murder scene.
I like to bonus section hide amongst anyone big.
Okay. You do so.
Where, just so I know, the Sleeping Dog Inn is the silver one?
Mm-hmm.
Silver one.
Okay, and then that's across from the
Yeah.
farm that we went to. Is that
Willow
Silver
Moors
3?
is 3.
Silver 3, yes.
Okay.
And we're currently at Silver 5.
Okay,
Correct.
I just want to make sure. Did we go? We didn't go anywhere near that building, right?
You did not.
Throughout the
No.
night?
Right.
No.
I didn't think so. I didn't
No.
think
You
so.
guys
I was
were
just curious.
we went right
you
down
guys
the
were
road.
arrested right here.
Okay.
Yeah, we went right down. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I undo that?
I don't know. I don't know even.
What is
Okay.
happening?
Oh my
Select
goodness.
it. Select it.
If you
Somebody
I'm
spelled
trying
if
to
you-
select it.
click
it,
on
don't
the
worry.
little ruler,
I got it.
the L-shaped ruler, and then you can hover over it and see the little thing, and you can delete it.
Well, oh well.
And that is how the town of Brentfield
Yeah, we
got
went-
you.
We went just straight down the main road to the
Yeah, okay.
from the 1 to the 1 to the 3.
the fireworks were like down here, I think.
Yeah.
And then so like we went all the way to there, and then we
Yeah,
went
it
over
was-
here, and then we were walking up here to go back towards the inn.
And got arrested. Okay.
They
Cool.
confronted us, and we
So I'm gonna say first to the guards. I'm gonna say, so right. Did this guy die right here? Is this where you found the body?
Uh,
Yes, it seems that Well, it seems that this is where he was murdered. You can see if somebody wants to make a perception check for me or an investigation check over the area. They can
do perception.
I'll do investigation.
Well, Cruz is walking up to the. I'll say Cruz.
Okay.
You can make a choice first. Do you want to make?
I would like to make 21 perception.
I would like to make a perception check, not at that, but at the crowd, and see who is watching. With my knowledge of the residents here, anyone important to me.
Make a perception check then.
Yep. I wanted to make a.
No. let me move forward first.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Cruz, as you walk up, kind of take a once over the area. You can see this is quite obviously the scene of the murder, as there is not only blood on the ground but on the walls on the edge of this building here, on the stone surface, both of the building, of the ground, kind of sprayed out into the street a little bit, sprayed out like off the edge of this kind of like cliff here. There are clear signs of struggle as you approach. As this man, he's now face down on top of clearly a quite a large bit of viscera. What he lies on top of is most likely a very destroyed mass of flesh. As you approach, you can tell this man wasn't just murdered, he was viciously gutted.
So
it seems to be the place of the murder before you, as you ask the question. Part of you goes, dumb question, as you get a better view.
Mostly I'm pointing it out to them to say, alright, so this is, like, obviously this is the place of the murder, right? So we never even stepped close, like, we weren't even close to this part. Plus, look at all the blood. Surely, if we had done it, I mean, sure, we're going to find your guy anyway, but if we had done it, at least one of us would have had a little bit of blood on us, right?
Well, you can
look
see
at how...
why my alarm peaked, specifically when you appeared out of a magical amulet. The ability to hide somebody's blood becomes a lot more possible once magic becomes involved.
Oh, right, yep, magic, yep. Yeah, so I don't have any way of getting blood off just because I can pop into a little amulet for some rest. But, right, none of us, though. You think all of us did it, but none of us have any blood on us.
I'm not gonna lie, that looks good for you all, but you're gonna need to give me something more than that. Have your way with the body. We haven't touched it since the previous night. We'd rather lock down the scene and anybody around. You understand, you were the only folk around. Don't get me wrong.
Which we weren't even around. Right.
You were down the street.
Right, like a block down the road.
It doesn't look good for you all. Now, give me something else to work on, and I'd be more willing to see your side of the story.
With my perception, do I see any direction that, like any trail of blood from whoever might have done it?
Go ahead and make a
survival
or investigation
check. Yeah,
check.
I was gonna ask if I could check if there were any trails leaving, like, similar to the cows, if it seemed like an animal attack, but there's no animal tracks going anywhere.
You guys may both do it separately or together, one of the two. Survival or investigation.
I would like survival.
I would do survival as well.
Advantage. Oh, okay.
I rolled a 21 earlier to see who's in the crowd. People.
Okay, yeah, and Sleeper, now would be the time to do another perception check if there's something else you want to keep out for.
I got an 18 for survival.
It's a 22 for me.
Okay.
And I was going to go ahead and check, I guess, the body and see how he was, if there was a way that I could tell how he was gutted, whether it was like ripped open or sliced open.
I'll give.
So you'd have to investigate that. specifically, you can either do investigation or medicine. And for those who don't know, you can help people on actions. Magic racist confirm. I'm sorry, I just saw that in the chat.
Yeah. This guy's not looking good. I'm just saying.
Poor Dalen.
Listen, all we know is
That's
we
what
had
you
to
up.
put Brunfield on the stage.
Dalen's getting canceled this episode.
He's just doing his job, trying to be intimidating to the potential criminals and getting ripped apart for it by the mayor, by the inventor.
He like looks back at the mayor like, you're supposed to be on my side, man. Like
I was this close when he was like kneeled over getting my ball and chain. When he's like, I swear I've seen you before. I was this close to just going.
the mayor rolled a 1. The mayor rolled a 1 on recognizing you.
Thank goodness.
Nice.
So not only like inches from your face, the old man, like halfling to goblin, nose to nose, basically, just bars in between. He still didn't recognize you. So literally, you got so fucking lucky, man. But nonetheless,
I mean, there's nothing to be lucky about. I'm just not the guy. I
Hogs,
don't know what
you don't notice really anyone in particular looking. There seems to be a set of guards here down the alleyway who just kind of like stand and basically are doing the ma'am, please.
I'm looking for
Stay
shady
back,
folk.
as like individuals just kind of like, oh, what's going down there? Nobody of interest
Gotcha.
really peeking
Yeah.
around.
I got a 21 for the body check.
Right. And I was saying you can help somebody do something if you have the skill trained. So if like you can't help somebody with survival if you don't know survival yourself, and so on and so forth.
Right.
So did you say you were going to help someone at all, Guy?
I was gonna give advantage to one of the survival people. I was going to ask after everybody was doing their things if I could help Stick Six, but what I would do is because I'm not good at medicine or investigation, but if the wounds are similar to what we saw on the cows, I would argue that my survivalist knowledge would cover that. If that's too much of a stretch, that's fine.
For what?
The wounds
for helping,
on the cows versus
for helping
identify the wounds.
Okay. Well, what are you using right now, Stick Six? Survival or medicine?
Investigation.
Investigation? Okay. Well, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yep. I rolled a 21.
21. Okay. You do actually lend a hand to Stick Six, Guy, because upon flipping over the body, and Stick Six does need your help to move the body. You do see immediately familiar signs of evisceration on this old man's body. You do see Willem Moore in his entirety now, or I don't even know if I can say in his entirety.
What's left?
What's left of him. He is a very elderly man with a very, very wide and kind of like drooping features. He has a thick white beard, which is now covered and matted in blood. His hair, a little balding, also matted and long, clumped at the back of his neck now. He is a frail old man, now. Still, I'd say frail. I'm sorry. He's a well-built old man, clearly on in age, but has a farmer's physique.
That's what I was thinking.
Years.
Yeah.
His chest cavity is ripped open. You can see parts of the ribs are cracked and shattered and bent outward, as it seems large gashes came directly across his chest in a woven fashion. These features are almost identical to that of some sort of massive wolf. And as you do assist him in flipping it over and examining the body, Stick Six, you do manage to uncover not one, but not two, but 3 different strands of large gray wolf fur,
which is Definitely a different color than Moog, right? Because Moog is black fur.
No.
Fuck. Okay. Well,
Moog.
I just wanted to try and clear his name if I could.
Is a gray wolf.
Fuck, that sucks. If Willem Moore's eyes are still open, I'm going to respectfully close them.
You do so.
And I'm just going to whisper, "No one deserves to die like this. I hope you find peace in the afterlife," as I just silently do a little remembrance of this man. Would I... No.
Oh.
I need that. But would I be able to tell from the wound, like the gash marks, have an idea of what kind of animal this was? Like, would I have run into wounds like this other than obviously Moog?
Make an animal handling check for me.
Okay.
I'll help you out, because I tried to figure this out by myself last time. And I have it trained as well, so yeah, you can take advantage.
I can take advantage. I can't give advantage. That's going to be 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
You
These
can
advantages
tell
are awesome.
the swipes are very much like a wolf's claw swipes. They kind of have this downward momentum, which wolves generally do use, and they are often struck in pairs. It looks almost identical to a wolf, but larger, more upright even, and seems to be coming down from a higher angle. As you're examining this, it's not looking good for Moog.
No. I was about to say, so it definitely looks like wolf-esque, but larger.
Either, a larger wolf.
Is Moog missing tufts of fur?
Make a perception check.
Yep. I gotta say, I've seen wolf attacks before in my hometown, but this is something else. Ooh.
I got 13.
While they're all doing this, Hogs refuses to even look at Willem, and I'm gonna start ritual casting Detect Magic unless someone stops me.
You don't see any tufts of fur missing from Moog or anything. And as you start to second guess Moog's whereabouts at all times, you do.
Nah, I knew he was by me most of the night.
You do come to the realization. It's like
I'm not questioning it. I'm just trying to cover it.
Yeah. And you're like, no, I've seen Moog this entire time since you've been in Brentfield, and even you saw Moog the entire night before you guys even came to Brentfield.
I know. Yeah, I know for a fact. I don't question. I know Moog was with me. I just want to be like I don't want to give them ammunition. Is all.
Yeah.
Like they stole hairs from Moog and planted it on the crime scene.
No, it's just they'd make the argument if he is missing tufts of fur that it looks even worse. But if he's not, it still looks questionable.
No, Moog has very colorful fur. Don't get I say colorful. Very colorful in the strains
like
monochromes.
Of gray.
As another furry race, we take care of our fur.
Yeah, he's got like white tufts around the cheeks and the jowls. He's got a black top to his head. He's got gray all throughout his body, and you can even see like little bits of brown like speckled in it once you get like close to him. Like it's a very colorful coat, just like most wolves actually do. But there's definitely gray within his coat.
I'm gonna take the little wolfkin. I'm gonna take the little like bits of like strands of hairs I found on him, walk up to Moog and just very blatantly color like paint swatch his fur with the different ones.
As you start to walk away from the body with them, Dalen is quickly tailing behind you. What'd you find in there? Anything of importance?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is obviously the worst wolf attack I've ever seen. It looks, and I think it was, and I'm just like holding it out. I think it looks like 3 distinct patterns or furs. It's like on these little, on his body. Looked like maybe he was like trying to grapple them and he'll kind of rip them off. Got some furs in between his hands.
The stream is frozen. 1 second, if you don't mind.
Dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Can somebody check the audio? It seems like the audio is coming through.
Yeah, the audio is going through.
Okay, well that's something.
Mm-hmm.
1 second while we get
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, let's get that stream back up for everybody. 1 second.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties. Oh fuck! I know what the problem is. I'm an adult. I know it.
Whoa.
Perfect.
Refreshing
There we
it.
go. There we go. And we're good.
Are we? Oh yeah, we are. There you go.
We're moving.
Are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Move
cool.
around more so you know. Be more
So-
active. No. Go ahead.
Guy, after seeing this, Guy is just gonna stick 2 fingers in his mouth and whistle real loud. And, about 30 seconds to a minute goes by, and you just hear like the patter of an animal running up, and Patty shows up, running up near us. And I'm gonna have Patty sniff the hairs and then see if she can find any kind of scent trail.
There you go.
Chris, you're not
Nope,
coming.
I can't hear you now.
Mic on.
Nope, not
Nope.
nothing.
Nope.
Like not lighting up green at all.
Yeah, he's swapping his input. I'm guessing.
Boom. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Cool.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, no, I've just switched to movable mic so I can go get something to drink. But yeah, you do see Patty, a sausage Patty, come running in. You can actually see now she is accompanied by 2 winged individuals. I almost fell down the stairs. That would have been funny. Sorry, 1 second. As she's running across the nearest field, you can see her accompanied by Peepers and
Ooh.
a hawk named
Crunchy.
Icarus. Oh, can you not hear me?
No,
It's
we
just-
can hear
it's
you.
kinda-
You're getting a bit staticky.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a bit crunchy.
It was the beer.
Yeah, you said
Anyway.
Icarus and who?
Icarus and Peepers.
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 My
The black
Ah.
crow and the hawk
It's a raven.
of Durenia. They kind of come running in, and you watch as Peepers flies low. You can watch as Patty just like barks and jumps up at the bird as it gets too low to Peepers. Every time the bird gets too low, you can see the excited dog kind of jump up and bark at the at one of the birds as it sails down low around the furry friend. As Patty arrives,
I
she
kind
is
of
going
get down
to.
on my knee and rub her ears and scratch by, in that perfect spot. She starts doing the leg thing.
her leg starts kicking.
Mhm.
She kind of readies in a circle and kind of gets ready, sits down, ready for a command.
I motion to Stick Six. Bring me the fur. Patty is an excellent tracker.
All right, I'm just gonna paint swatch real quick. Yeah. And then I'll hand you. And I'll do that. I don't know if I need to roll.
To
No.
identify if the furs.
What's up?
Sorry, what are you trying to identify?
I'm like either going up to Moog and just kind of like holding up the furs to his fur just to see if it was like it kind of matches in color.
Make a perception check.
Perception. Ooh.
Also, did we get a 22 with the? I got a 22 with the survival to see if there are any tracks. If there's any.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Trig got an 18, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Grove Keeper.
but it like with the cows, there was no tracks leaving.
Yes. There is quite a bit of blood splatter, which does leave a bit of tracks. However, they are once again quite confusing in the sense that Grove Keeper mentions. Like the last ones he managed to catch wind of, they do vanish quite alarmingly out of the blue, and they only seem to frequent the area around and vanish as it gets to the road. Which is
Is there a
not far
particular
off.
direction that both of them would have been heading?
It heads so kind of off toward the fields across the street.
Both of them did.
Triangulate.
So the one from
Or was that the same as the one from the field before? Was it heading kind of northwestern as well?
They were going towards
they were
the
headed.
house.
They were heading toward you guys. So yeah, heading from the center of the field at point 3. That's where the cows were killed, and he was able to track that they were heading this way, but they didn't leave the field.
Right.
So they're heading toward the house and toward the area where you guys are now.
Yeah, kind of the same direction, you could argue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the biggest lead we kind of have.
Okay. And then I'll let Sausage Patty sniff the fur.
Is there any
see if she'll pick it up?
Is there any little animals that would?
Sorry, real quick. What was the perception check you got, Stick Six?
14.
14. They looks like fur from Moog. You hold it up as gray fur with tips of white. Kind of some brownish like speckles along it as you get and as you hold it up, you're like, could be, yep, that's a lot of fur. Could be this part of Moog, or maybe probably this part of Moog, or this part of Moog. And as you do that, the entire time, Dalen's standing behind you, just
doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, just watching Stick Six do it, really, nodding his head.
That's what I.
Yeah.
That same thought process in his head.
Tricky to tell, but like you can kind of see it. It kind of looks like it. It's a bit old, but it could be.
Well,
okay.
We will see for sure if Patty gets the scent and goes straight towards Moog, then it will be known. But I highly doubt that will be the case. Patty knows Moog's scent very intimately at this point.
Well,
and I hold the furs in front of her.
Yep.
If you want, do you want me to roll for Patty? I should probably roll for Patty, or should you?
If you want to,
you can go ahead and roll for Patty. Why not?
She gets advantage for scent-based perception. So, oh boy, that's gonna be an 18, and her perception is +3, so 21.
Okay, you watch as she approaches Stick Six. And as he puts out the few furs for Patty to sniff, you watch as she kind of like stuffs her nose deep into the palm of Stick Six and kind of like wiggles it around aggressively, like pushing her nose into your palm. Very cute. Like after a moment, she starts just rubbing her head into your palm and just kind of like enjoying it, wagging her tail excitedly before she looks up and like runs in a quick circle and then points in a direction off toward the northwest.
I look to racist Dalen and I say, sorry. I look to Dalen and I'm like, well, it seems Patty's caught a scent. Let's follow it as far as it goes, and I'll just start walking. I say, Patty, show me the way.
Has it been long enough for me be able to detect magic? Oh my god!
You were ritual casting it?
Yeah, I was ritually casting it in the dirt.
Is that what you've been doing this whole time since you got here?
Ever since I did the perception check after that, yeah.
What perception check?
The body.
He was looking for shady people.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you've been able to cast it.
I said it, but you might not have heard
it. Yeah, no, I heard it. I just was wondering when you said it. I couldn't remember.
Okay, I will say that this is a very active party. We're all trying to do stuff. So it's understandable.
Yeah, which is better than the alternative, honestly.
The second that my detect magic goes up and there's a direction, Hogs goes, "Yep, let's go." Okay. And he just starts walking in the direction that Patty is pointing.
Gladly follow the dog.
Okay, you guys begin walking, and as you guys begin, you can see Nathan, Creed, Riverhill, and Dalen stay behind for a brief moment with the guards. And as you start to walk, Dalen clears his throat and puts a hand on Moog. Y'all, got a hunch toward the northwest. They look toward Diavora and Almer, who are still with you, just kind of off to the side near them. They give them an eye, and Diavora you can see nod, and then look back toward you. Look, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, Dalen begins. But your friend Moog here looks to be my prime suspect for this crime.
AKA, he starts off, not to be racist or anything.
I understand. What?
Yeah, you're being a racist pain in the ass is what you are.
Look, it may be that it just happens to be the crime of some other similar gray-furred individual who has just recently entered my town. But I have a duty to protect the people here, and for that reason, I will ask that your friend Moog here stay with me and our friends, he gestures to Diavora and Almer, while you all go and look into this. Nathan here is willing to accompany y'all.
Guy's gonna look to Moog and try and have like a little unspoken, like, are you okay with this? Like, I want to give him a look. Yeah. Also,
I don't really know the people around here. I would feel a little bit. Dehenia speaks up now. Well, I'll stay with you. I'll make sure nothing shady happens. I'm sorry, but we don't really know you folk either. She gestures to the people from the town. I'll make sure they don't hurt your friend guy, and you know, you all can make sure that we're not lying to you.
And trust me, guy, he's in good hands now.
Diavora's the Eric Hochran, right?
No, sorry. Durhenia says this. Did I say Diavora?
Oh, gotcha.
You did.
No, you said
Okay.
Durenia.
Durenia,
Oh,
yeah.
I heard Diavora as well.
Okay.
They're both D names, but Durenia speaks
I just
up.
wasn't sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it we get our stuff back if you're making us lead out on a potential murder suspect.
Nathan speaks up. Well, of course. I mean, if I'm traveling with you, I want you to be able to protect me, too. I mean, come on. I don't want to have to pull all the weight around here. And he starts to literally pull the big chest of things out from behind the guards, and you can clearly see he's struggling. His diminutive form.
Oh yeah, I'll grab my stuff.
I'll go up and be like, oh, thank goodness, I got to have my bag of rocks back.
Yeah, right when they bring our stuff back, Guy is just going to ask quickly. I informed you I was coming into town to get supplies. Unfortunately, some of these supplies are necessary for something of this nature. Is there any kind of ammunition salesman here?
Well, ammunition? What do you mean? Like arrows? You need some arrows?
Bullets, to be precise. I have a small bundle of arrows.
He has the most wondrous contraption. It's like your boomsticks, but it shoots a projectile, he says.
Well, you want to speak to the little guy over there. And you just kind of see him point to Almer, who is picking his nose as he's gestured toward.
Nice. Yeah, well, Guy will grab his stuff.
But it seems to work.
While everybody's getting the rest of their stuff, I'll go to Almer and just ask if he has bullets for sale.
I'm going to Almer as well. It just tailing you.
I specifically was trying to describe it so your character would get interested.
Yeah, exactly.
Almer is kind of sitting there talking to Diavora. They're in the middle of a conversation as you approach. Diavora acknowledges you all first with a nod before Almer turns around. Ah! Well, what's up? What's up?
I hear you're the man to talk to in order to get more projectiles for these. And I pull out my two flintlock pistols and I'll do a little spin and grab him by the barrel and hand one over to him by the hilt.
Here, can I see the other one real quick? Just a look, see?
He kind of
Hey.
gives you a weird glance, and then glances over at Stick Six, gesturing for permission.
I look to Stick Six and say, I have a rule to keep one of my weapons on me at all times. You can look at this when Almer is done.
Okay.
Yes, you're simply looking for some simple ball ammunition. Nothing fancy. I don't know if... No, I should probably have some laying around from back in the day. It will take a minute. Can you talk amongst yourselves for a minute? I can't quite remember where I put it.
Shouldn't be a problem. We'll get our stuff ready to go and head out once you get back. And then I'll take my pistol back and let Stick Six investigate it or whatever.
Yep. Yes, give Gobble Gun.
I'm gonna immediately start casting detect magic again, ritually.
Well, no, I mean, your detect magic is up. This is, it lasts for, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Sure.
Almer is gone for pretty much a good section of that, so yeah, you might have to begin casting it again, and you do.
I begin it right as he leaves.
Almer does appear, but moments later, with a box, a wooden box in hand. Hinged and closed, he kind of comes running up to you with it.
I was able to find it. I do have a problem with not throwing things out, but this, for once, has paid off. It's old, and it is not functioning anymore. It's not really mine, but it's from a friend long ago. I fought alongside him back during the war scales, and he left this here, and I have had no use for it since. Maybe you could find a greater use for it than I. And he hands you over a box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Inside the box, you open it up to find 12 rounds of ammunition, and 5 chunks of metal. These metal pieces are unique and specifically shaped for some sort of purpose.
One that is a little foreign to you. Go ahead and make a investigation check for me.
Can I help him out with that?
Yes.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm not proficient in investigation. I'm just good at it.
Damn. No worries.
I will say you can help him out with this anyway. I'm going to break my rule.
Okay.
Is it magical in any way?
Or
any of it magical?
It does not. There is a faint glow of evocation magic from one piece of the metals. One small piece, but that's about it.
I rolled an 18 minus 2 for 16.
Gotcha. This seems to be some sort of mechanical device similar to your pistol. However, currently disassembled and in 5 different pieces. One piece seems to be a chamber. One piece seems to be a trigger. One piece seems to be a firing pin. One seems to be a chamber that can hold 6 rounds and seems to spin on an axle. And, of course, a handle. All, of course, not together and quite old, gathering dust.
Well, I'm going to save that for when I have ranks in things. But I will take the ammo and put it in my little ammo pouch, which is hanging on my belt next to my right holster. And I just got so much more ammo, and I'll look to Almer and say, "What will this cost me, my friend?"
It'll cost you a favor.
Well, as you already know, I am on the job, as it currently seems. But once I am done with this business, glad to do a favor for you.
No, of course. I imagine we're going to have an incredible relationship together, you and I. But for the time being, to your business. Consider it a gift until I come calling.
Oh my.
I assume you know a person is only as good as their word.
Of course they are, and you will come to find that I take my word very seriously.
Now, I believe you're busy. Go.
Yes, if everyone else is ready, we can
Just
set
while
out
that,
for.
while they were in there doing that, are there any like animals around the town that would normally be around? Like, I don't know, squirrel or something?
Make a perception check.
Also, like, as we're walking away, I turn to God and I look at him and go, "You, have to have a chat sometime."
19 perception.
19. There are a lot of birds, and you can see a number of birds sit on the fence across the way here. As for rodents,
well, I mean, just any animal.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, as for rodents, there are a couple within the town. There's some squirrels specifically, which can be spotted around town. None within the area. The most immediate, of course, being the birds on the other side of the fence.
Sure, I just want to kind of look at the birds up there and ask, call out to them to get their attention and ask if they knew anyone that was around during the attack in the market. See if I can get a reaction out of them.
You can't understand animals, correct? That's the...
I have a spell that'll let me do it, but
exactly.
I can talk to them and they'll... Yeah, I'm not going to cast it yet. What I'm just doing is to see if I can get a reaction just using my speech as a furbolg.
They seem to acknowledge your word, but you just get this kind of, like, confused look from all of the birds. Oh, wait, you're going away, Sleeper. You had something you wanted to say before you do.
I just said it to Guy. I just turned to him and said, "You and I have to have a chat at some point."
Gotcha.
Guy would respond. We have plenty of time to chat on the journey ahead.
The birds just kind of give you like that look and then tilt their head questioningly, meaning they like kind of they heard you and received your like message, but they just don't understand it. They don't really.
Okay.
Which you would know generally. Just from your regular communication with animals. Birds aren't so great with the, like, communicating certain individuals. Like, they just see people as people, you know?
Well, I will ritually cast Speak with Animals while they're doing their shopping.
Okay.
To try to talk with them or any other animals in 10 minutes on the walk that we're going to follow the dog.
Okay, well, as you guys set off in the walk, the walk does take some time. Patty does lead you off in the direction for quite a while. You guys do start to walk, and your casting, your detect magic is up. You don't see anything of significance. Do make a perception check for me, though. Hogs. Grovekeeper, you do you can get the attention of many birds along the way, especially with peepers and even Icarus now, to like carry your message to other animals. You are able to get various birds to come by and talk to you. What do you ask them?
If any of them saw what happened in the market with the dead body, or if they know anyone that heard a story.
Make an animal handling check for me.
And then, as a furbolg with my words, do I get advantage with this one?
No, just a straight animal handling.
Okay.
Real quick, before we left, could I have
This
taken
is better than a
small
persuasion
piece of
check. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Could I have taken a small piece of cloth and dipped it into some of the wet blood?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I got a 21 for animal handling.
Okay.
And I also got a 21 for perception.
You don't see anything magical along the route whatsoever. You do walk along quite a large number of fields, cornfields to be specific, and I'm sorry, not corn, wheat fields, maize. And as you do, stop calling me out in chat.
Yeah.
That is true. I did see the racist birds, and then I laughed, and then you called me out for just seeing the racist birds. Sorry. As you do walk, you do spot a sort of indent in the maze. At each different like farm that comes along, you can see like a persistent indent, an entrance in the maze, as if like a path was carved by somebody large running through these sections of wheat.
And it's not normally there?
It is not normally there. In fact, your suspicions are confirmed soon as birds do tell you the same thing. As somebody has, they don't see who did it, but that somebody was running through the maze, along the way. Patty does continue along the way. Go ahead and make an animal handling check for me, Guy, as you're handling your dog in this tracking process.
This way.
Animal handling is definitely something that I am the best. Oh, shit. There we go. Ooh, 9. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. Okay. As you guys move northwest from the town, further and further you get from the location you have traveled, and after about 10 minutes or so has passed, you guys are well along the way from Brenfield. Leaving the town behind you, you can kind of see the smokes rising from the town itself. Far up the hill from whence you came, and as you recede down the hill, you can see Patty now barks as you encourage her along her way. She barks and runs off down into the into the woodlands off the edge of the path. She begins to bark and runs off the trail into the woods.
No, come back.
As I run
Looks
off
like, yeah. All right, let's go. I'll holster my pistols. I'm gonna pull out my bow, my longbow off my back, and just run.
Okay, she starts darting through the woods quickly, and she starts dipping in between logs and darting down hills. And do all of you follow?
Yeah. It's like,
Quickly, she starts running.
To.
I need everybody to make an athletics checks for me.
Let's go!
All right. Oh, no.
Athletics. It's gonna be a 7 from Guy.
13.
13.
Following around behind you, Nathan Barrickett, the the halfling does start running as well. He's like, well, I was, okay, wait, no, hold up, my little legs aren't great downhill, oh boy, and he starts chasing after you all. What did we get? Guy? 7, Stick 6, Guy?
8.
1 from Hogs, 8 from Guy, Grovekeeper,
13.
Cruz?
13.
Nice. Okay. Grovekeeper and Cruz, you kind of take off ahead, kind of like steadying yourself down this like wooded and root-covered hill as you chase Patty down. Guy, you start to stumble, but you catch yourself as Hogs and Nathan come barreling in behind, both tripping over each other. They start to tumble and fall down the hill, one over another, just kind of like bumping off each other and off the hills, tumbling one over the other. And as
Can I start to try and pivot and start shield surfing down?
Make an acrobatics check.
14.
You take out your shield and try to stick it into the ground underneath you, but you just kind of wedge it into the dirt and tumble over it and just begin rolling more and more down the hill.
I'll grab the shield with my free hand if I can.
Okay, you do, and you kind of steady him as you guys arrive at the bottom of the hill, and there you see Patty at the foot of a tree, barking up it, tail wagging eagerly as she barks at a squirrel which clutches its nuts at the top of the tree.
Nice.
Fuck.
She has gotten distracted from the scent.
Let's fucking go.
Can I reintroduce the fur to her?
Go ahead and make another animal handling check for me.
I'll walk over and help.
Okay.
Put down a knee and go down to Patty and be like, come on now, we need you to find this scent.
You could talk to her, right?
Yeah, I'm talking in dog to her.
And she...
It's 19.
Okay, and she does respond, and you do understand her. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Right. Scent. This way. And you watch as she runs back up the hill you guys once came.
She's back on the scent now.
Nathan does not look quite happy as Hogs and him just like have to kind of like intertwine to get up. You guys kind of trudge your way back up the hill till you get to the top. And there you continue on the way, still heading northwest. Now it seems Patty does take the route directly through the maze now. Yeah. She is following direct through the maze, and you guys follow suit. She does begin to run quite eagerly. What kind of pace do you guys move at?
30 feet around, baby.
Okay.
Well, I mean, are we gonna run or just do like a regular and like keep an eye out? I plan to kind of keep an eye out. I don't want to be going like dashing.
Yeah.
I would look at Grovekeeper and say, let Patty know that we will take it nice and easy. Let's be safe and not soddy.
We don't have to go so fast, Patty.
Okay. She slows down, and you guys continue on the way. Another 20 minutes or so pass before the maze clears and you guys find yourself walking up the hill.
I just want to tell peepers to kind of fly above us and just keep an eye out for like anyone out on like the perimeter or like horizon.
Okay. You do so.
After 15 minutes, Hogs gets a little bored and he starts talking to Run under his breath. None of you can make out what he's saying, though.
You do so as well, too. He's speaking rat to him, but like not actual rat, just what he thinks rat is.
He's just trying to be like, I can talk animal too.
He's not even talking to him. He's talking at Run.
It's just looking around.
One moment, please. As you guys start to clear the one section of maze, you can see the road begins to round now as you near a river. As the road takes a bend, as you clear the maze, you start walking toward it, and Patty starts heading to the house across the street, just the edge of a farm fence that you all begin to walk up upon. 1 second. Oh, come on. Why is this doing this?
Now, we may not want to just walk right up. That might not be the smartest route.
Okay. Well, what are you guys doing?
It's always smart
I'm
to
asking.
have the wisdom and eagerness of the light with you. Remember this guy?
As I will use my action to give Guy. I use my action to do Vigilant Blessing. You have advantage on the next initiative roll you make.
Oh. Nice.
You and the light. Ugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guy suddenly feels alert. As I'm just going to knock one of my arrows and just start slowly moving up and looking around.
Well, make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
Hunters help hunters, right?
That's going to be a dirty 20.
The murderer!
Dirty 20. Okay. As you ready your weapons, you do start to see peepers start to fly back in a hurry. And as that comes to your attention, it worries you, and you catch two figures at the tree line. A Greg Mills can be seen behind this tree.
I knew
Miles.
it.
And a Grayson Miles can be seen behind this tree.
Yo, motherfucking werewolves in this town?
Guy is going to aim his bow over at the guy on the left. He's the leader, right? The one that
no, neither of them are the me.
No,
these were they were the two other.
They're the two brothers.
They're the henchmen. Yeah.
Okay.
Golden.
Yeah, I'll knock my arrow and aim it at the one further away from us, and I'll just call out, "You've been discovered. There's no point hiding now. Come out and deal with us like men, or die cowards."
And it's just
Nice. I just said, I'll give you to the count of 10.
Mm-hmm. And Styx is going to pull out his crossbow, load it, and just point in their general direction. He doesn't see it where they are, but just points it.
Okay. Make a intimidation check for me.
Hell yeah.
excuse me.
Oh god. Oh, it's a 9.
You get advantage because all of us are pointing our weapons?
No.
With a shot.
4 on the die.
You watch as this individual slowly takes some steps out and forward.
I'm still aimed at the other one.
Okay.
What does the other one do?
He's still crouched with a weapon drawn.
Gotcha.
I look to the friend and say, "Tell your buddy to come out too, or I fire."
I whisper to Guy.
Get up like 15 feet closer. 20.
Why should he? He's assurance to make sure you don't fire. As he takes a step forward. Hands up.
Well, you see, friend, this is the second time in 24 hours that you've approached and attempted to cause trouble with my friends here.
Is Patty like pointing at or indicating either of these people with the smell?
She's just kind of growling now that this guy's kind of stepped out.
Okay.
He walks forward. I didn't start anything with you all. Your little one over there did something to put me to sleep.
What?
He takes a
It
step
was with
forward.
the intent of not fighting. I wouldn't recommend getting much closer.
Yeah, step back!
If he moves forward once more, I'll shift my aim over.
I'm just gonna pull a little Eldritch ball up in my hand and be ready to throw it.
He takes one step forward as you do that, and he stops as you point your arrows toward him. I thought you wanted me to come out.
Coming out does not mean approach, just means come out of your hiding hole. What is it you are doing out here?
I'm at my friend's house. What's of it to you?
Who's your friend?
A friend, he says angrily. I think you've
Is
met
he
him.
Crispy,
is he a wolf person? Wolf
Crispy.
folk?
can I attempt to secretly, discreetly, it's only verbal, I would like to cast command on this fellow over here. And I'm just gonna whisper out towards him, "Come on, please, why don't you just approach?" He needs to make a wisdom saving throw, if possible. All it takes is verbal, so whether this triggers anything is up to you.
As
But
you
I'm casting a spell.
okay. What does he have to resist against?
A wisdom saving throw, he has to beat a 13.
Okay. He succeeds.
Damn it.
And
Fuck.
as you do that, this man, he steps toward you now. Say, he's casting again. You all are up to stuff. This is why I have my assurance.
Yes, we are up to stuff. As you heard this morning, we are suspects in a murder, and we are attempting to clear our names. So, if you truly are hanging with a friend, then you wouldn't mind us just moving on by as we continue our search.
Our investigation of the murders led us directly here. So either
No.
you're responsible or your friend is.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This may be merely a location along the path that was traveled. It is just as likely that our quarry passed the house. Now, you wouldn't mind us just letting my dog sniff around and hopefully walking by?
And
So-
then
Well,
say to-
actually, I don't have to ask you. I'll ask your friend, who's the owner of the property.
Are you saying if I step aside and let you through, you'll leave us be?
As long
You're
as you leave
innocent.
us be.
I'll say, a dog's nose doesn't lie. That's all I'm here for. And kind of want to like look and see how he'd react to that.
He glances toward the other individual who is hidden within the tree lines. Hidden, I say, sparingly. And then they kind of share a nod, and he steps off to the side. Fine. Take your look around. Be my guest.
I'm gonna pull out the bloody rag as we walk and just kind of rub it on things casually.
On things?
Bloody
Yeah,
rag?
so I took a rag before we left the town and
Right.
dipped it in the blood of the body. And I'm gonna try to take the scent to lure out the wolf. So I'm just gonna start rubbing it on, just kind of casually brush it on like a tree or on a fence. various things.
Okay, you guys start to step forward past him, and he lets you guys walk past. You guys can move up forward to the estate.
We're following Patty.
Okay, you do see this guy steps out. He still has his crossbow drawn and pointed toward you all.
What's Paddywhack doing over there?
Yeah, I would follow Patty. I would also reintroduce the scent again.
Okay.
If needed, just because we stopped, and I want that to be fresh in Patty's mind.
Okay, make another animal handling check.
Yup.
I can walk over and help you again and be like, we're getting back on the scent now.
Okay.
Is that okay? Okay, good. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
It was a 5.
Patty starts heading on past this fence and on toward the house. Oh, no, going this way. Who's moving Patty? I'm moving Patty. As you all move toward, what's-his-face follows behind, and he is going to stab at Cruz as you guys all get in.
Cruz, I would be.
Chris,
I wouldn't openly like.
I have been vividly waiting for them to get within 40 feet of each other this whole time.
Okay, well, make everybody roll for initiative.
Okay.
Oh,
Give
okay.
advantage.
Naturally.
I rolled a 3 and a 5.
Oof.
Man, are you kidding me? Come on, man! I'm trying to do a cool fit,
I have a 9 total.
No.
So click on your character and roll in.
Yeah. And you can
I've
edit
already
it.
accepted that I'm gonna hate initiative rolls this campaign
I
after
can
do at a +7.
What you can also do is when the encounter is started, you could right-click your token. The shield with the crossed swords is toggle combat state. You turn that on, and then it'll show up in the little initiative tracker, and then you could just click the dice to do your initiative roll.
Yeah, that's all.
Or you could do it on your character sheet, which is probably what's...
It didn't bring anything up.
So
what'd you roll, Hogs? Is that what you actually rolled?
No,
the 18?
it's an 11.
I see combat state that's a shield and sword, but clicking it doesn't do anything for me.
There's
Cruz,
a
what'd you roll?
fist next to the chat bubble. That's the initiative.
I rolled a 9 with physical, but 11.11 and.
Oh, that's accurate. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Or,
Okay.
Wait, you rolled a
fist
9.
anywhere.
Which was
I rolled a
your
9.
accurate roll? A 9?
I rolled a 9 first. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind using what you rolled in person. I'll just update it after the fact. Guy, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 9 and my dex is 18.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that's higher or lower than Cruz.
It is.
Definitely higher.
I got a 18 for initiative.
What's your dex?
It's a 16, so +3.
18.16. That's what the point comes into.
Yeah.
And then Grove Keeper, what'd you get?
6.
What's your dex? Not that it matters.
My dex is 1 + 1, 12.
12. Thank you. Okay, and then Nathan will
Should have
have
given it Grove Keeper.
where's Nathan?
I already know I'm gonna hate initiatives. I had someone that literally had a +7 on the last campaign. That was pretty fun.
Somebody on top of Nathan?
Nathan's right below me.
Yep. That's hard to kind of.
I see Nathan.
Stick 6 is on
Stick
top
Six.
of him for me.
I didn't see Stixis. I saw Nathan.
Yeah, same.
I was between giving it to Grove and Guy.
Oh, I'm honestly a level 1 druid. I can bonk with my stick. That's about it.
Yeah, that's why I gave it to Guy. I was like, can't tank yet. I was like,
I can bonk with my stick at the
you can
moment.
bonk with the stick.
Okay.
I could do lots of things.
Oh shit! God damn it! I just reset everybody's initiative. God damn it! Can you give it to me? Everybody, give it to me again. Sticks. What did you
Starting
get?
with Guy.
Yep.
No, Sticks.
18.
18, 16.
Dex
Okay.
is 16.
Yeah. Okay. Grovekeeper.
6 with a 12 dex.
Okay. Cruz.
Plus 7 to plus 1.
9.11.
Yep.
9.11. Hogs.
11.15.
11.15. And Guy.
And 9.18.
9.18. Okay, my bad, guys. And then,
No problem.
How do I sort? That's what I was trying to do.
It is.
It already
Auto-sort.
sorted
It
for me.
auto-sorted. Okay, cool. Oof.
We just don't know their initiative yet, but that makes sense.
Okay. One is going to try to stab at you, Cruz.
Makes sense.
He is going to roll a 15. Does that
15
hit?
hits.
And he's going to do 7 points of damage to you.
Oh,
Jeez.
bad, bad, bad. In the words of Hogs, bad, 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 bad.
As Grayson here also is going to take an opportunity to stab at you with a dagger, stick 6. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
You take 6 points of damage.
Oof.
That will conclude their turn, and it will put you guys at the top of the order with stick 6 first.
Okay,
As standing in the tree with his crossbow drawn, you see the flash of silver underneath his hand, which grips the crossbow, as a dagger gets flipped out and readied to drive down atop you. He digs the dagger in deep, and what do you do in response?
I'm going to nimbly escape and bonus action disengage.
Okay.
2, 3,
Just goblin
4.
thing.
Yep, just goblin things. 5. But then, which one stabs me?
This gentleman right here.
Well, then I'm gonna shoot at him with a crossbow.
Okay.
Let's see, what was it? There's a 15 hit.
That will hit.
Alright. Ooh. And I do 10 damage.
Ooh, fuck.
Jesus.
You slip
Level
underneath
1,
his
though.
leg as he digs his knife into you. The blade comes scraping out, and you run across the field, readying your crossbow and spinning about. You crank the lever, and you guys all hear the dun, 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 click as he launches a crossbow bolt into the back of this gentleman right here. His blood comes spouting out of the black cloak, and you can see as it begins to mass in full as the cloaked individual falls to the ground in one knee, but he still stands very, very weakly with his knife clutched in his hand. That is the end of your turn. You watch as Nathan here turns around and will quickly go in for an attack on the one that you just struck at. He is going to miss, and he is also going to actually, he's not going to disengage. He is going to regret his actions, but he is going to stab at this gentleman with a short sword he pulls from underneath his cloak. And as the figure in black kind of pulls back quickly, you watch as Nathan readies himself in an action stance with his blade drawn and kind of at a pivot, ready to dart either which way as this individual makes a move. Hogs, it is your turn.
Hogs is just gonna go bat, and he's gonna pull out a quick little dagger that you could only assume he probably uses to skin animals. And he plunges towards this assailant here.
Oh shit! Did you guys just get kicked?
No.
Nope. Actually, instead, there's a lot of people over here, and Cruz is over there by himself. So I'm gonna disengage from this guy and run over this way. Try and jump over.
Oh, now I did.
Yep.
Fucking
Okay,
there we go.
I'll try and
You're all
jump
gonna have
over
to-
Cruz. Theater of the mind for a minute. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and jump over Cruz and come down and try and stab down on the other guy, if possible.
Okay. So, sorry, one more. You're gonna jump over Cruz and try to.
Yeah, I'm gonna
attack this
scurry up Cruz's back and try and jump over and plunge down with my knife.
one? Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
My skinning knife. I rolled a natural 16 for a 20 to hit. And I get to deal 1d4 plus 2 damage. For 4 damage, baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
baby.
Get it. You leap
As I-
over the
as I
back
come
of
up and
Cruz.
I want to silhouette the sun for a second. It's like,
As you let out a screech, you come down, digging your skinning knife into the shoulder of this dwarven bully. That's the end of your turn. We will go on to Guy now. What are you doing, sir?
All right. Just to remind myself, giving a command to Patty is a bonus action, correct?
Correct. I mean,
she's not a companion.
You can make calls to her, but trying to convince her to do something in combat would be a bonus action. So if you're trying to get her to do something, if you're just trying to get her to flee, you can do that as a free action.
That's what I'm just gonna look back to Patty and say, "Go on, get."
Yeah,
and
that's
then
fine.
I'm going to drop my longbow. Can I pull both pistols with one item interaction out of my
If you are firing
holsters?
them, yes.
Perfect. How's dude over here looking?
Which one? Not good.
Not good.
The
Awesome.
crossbow bolt is digging deep into his back.
I'm going to aim at the shoulder, non-lethal.
Okay.
Hopefully. And I'll release a shot. Big bang. That's going to be a 4 plus 14 plus my dex, which is plus 4 plus proficiency, so 22.
Okay.
No. Sorry. 20.
21 will hit. So will a 22.
Cool. Awesome. And then I do 1d10 damage. That's going to be a nice 12 damage to this man's.
Okay. You
He's still up?
No. You let loose one of your pistols, and with a bang and a billow of smoke, this individual is dropped and falls dead to the stone, or lifeless, for what you can tell.
Okay. Just a clarifying question before we move on. This gun has a misfire trigger, correct?
If you roll a 1, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yep, and then I will take my second pistol, aim it at the other man's, and I'm going to shoot him too. And this one is an 18 plus my mods, which is going to be a 24 to hit. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
He takes 8 damage.
Okay.
That was my action and my...
You all watch as Guy fires off his second gun, and it blasts a hole through the chest of the other individual, and this dwarven bully also falls to the ground limp.
Oh, fuck!
Yep. And just in the distance you hear, big boom!
Okay. Cruz,
Instinctively, Guy rolls behind this log.
You got it. Cruz, what are you doing?
I am going to look for the friend they were visiting.
Okay.
And if I see anything, I would take a blast with Eldritch Blast. Or I'm just gonna hold my action for whenever something jumps out to Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Grovekeeper, what about you?
I am gonna walk on over to Cruz here and give him a pat on the shoulder for a cure wounds.
Oh, thank you, mate. I knew those.
So you will get 7 HP back.
Ooh, hey.
And then
that was the full hit.
Yeah.
Then just for my, I can still, I think, use my bonus action on a cantrip for Shillelagh, right? Even though I cast a spell.
Yeah.
So long as it's a bonus.
Because it is a bonus action cantrip.
Yeah, you use Cure Wounds, right? Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then I would just also get Shillelagh going, looking around as well for whoever their friend is. I can't move all the way back to the house. I believe that's all my movement. So
okay.
I've got like a little over 5 minutes, by the way.
You got it. Well, as you do that, stepping out from over here, you do see a crossbow bolt loose as an individual comes running out. You can go ahead and fire an Eldritch Blast at him as he comes out, but the crossbow bolt is going to fire at Guy.
That's a 24 to hit.
Target the people that don't hurt. That don't deal damage. Boo.
It's a 4 to hit. Does that hit?
Nope.
Wonderful.
I wouldn't have any cover from that guy either, right? Because he's from the side.
No.
Yeah, I didn't.
But does... Actually,
yeah, not from like
he
fence or anything.
actually has advantage on you, though, since he's hidden from you. So will a 21 hit you?
No, go home. Yeah, that hits me.
Okay, well, you're going to take... You, sir, are going to take 8 points of damage as a large crossbow bolt comes searing out of the darkness underneath this tree and digs into you as you see Dalden Nulson appear out of the tree line.
Oh. This is the leader guy, right?
He was the tougher one that you guys had faced in the past. I wouldn't say the leader one, though, that's for sure.
Leader of the 3.
As he emerges, you hear him yell, "Grayson! Greg! You sons of bitches." You can fire your Eldritch Blast.
That's a 24 to hit.
Okay. 24 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
9 force damage and 2 fire.
Okay. 9 force damage and 2 fire for a total of 11. Okay. As he steps out, you watch as a bolt of fiery energy goes soaring through the air from Cruz's fingertips into the chest of this Dalden, who you have seen before, and as he emerges, he lets out this roar about his fallen teammates, and you hear the sound of cracking and breaking bones as you watch Dolden grow in size ever so slightly as he changes form into a rat-looking monstrosity. Buck teeth like that to a rodent itself. Two pointy ears and whiskers in a long nose as Dolden's face elongates underneath his cloak. And as he holds his club in hand, you watch as they crack and become longer and thinner as he stands taller ever so slightly, but hunched over in a ready-to-attack position. As he does that, you guys watch as coming out from this door here as well, you see an individual round the corner of the door as Patty takes off. Stepping into frame, you see a man, Aster Townsend, who looks broad-shouldered, proud, standing, quite proud of himself toward you all. You watch as he readies out a long sword at his side and looks toward his friend, who has turned into some sort of lycanthropic rat of some sort. And as he smirks at his friend, he goes, "Well, you felt the urge to break that out so soon. These individuals must really be quite the nuisance." And he readies his sword out toward you all. "Let's see if we can't clean up this mess." And we'll pick up there next time.
Okay.
As Aster Townsend now steps out of the building and confronts you all. The Miles brothers are definitely down for the count in this fight. But we'll see how you guys fare next time against the newly transformed Were-Rat and Aster Townsend. But for now, we will wrap it up here because I believe one of our players has to get off to work. So thank you to all our viewers for tuning in this evening, and tune in next Saturday to find out what happens to our crew here. For the time being, thank you. And don't forget to follow here at crispy_VDL, where you can find out when we're live next and what's happening in our other campaigns. You can also follow me on any of the social medias, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, or Instagram, all under the same name, crispy_VDL. You can check us out there for more updates or just general goings on throughout the week. There you can see updates for character art, map art, and just general art whatsoever, as well as updates for the campaigns themselves. So go ahead and do that. And if you want to toss me a subscription here on Twitch too, I would not complain myself. But most importantly, thank you all for coming out and have a great week. We'll see you next time here, Friday, 6 p.m. for Scouring the Scorched Continent. Thank you all, and good night.